Oh, hello there. Welcome to Alzheimer's Garage. Today we're going to talk about diarrhea. No, just messing with you. We're not going to talk about that shit. See what I did there? Shit. Yeah. We're going to talk about ethanol, a very important... Wait a minute. Jesus Christ, get no privacy around. Oh, hello again, Corn. Goodbye. Ethanol, made from corn. But instead of popping it and eating it because it's delicious, we're going to make alcohol out of it and put it in our gasoline. Why? Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I think America's got something to do with it. And what's wrong with that, you may ask? Well, nothing. Ethanol increases the octane, absorbs moisture, does a lot of good things. But in older vehicles, not all older vehicles, but some older vehicles, there can be a problem. And that's when the ethanol gets saturated with water. You get phase separation. The ethanol and the water separate out, and it messes up your fuel system, particularly your carburetors. Not a problem if you're using it all the time, but when your vehicles sit around, it becomes a serious problem. So what are we going to do about it? Here's what we're going to do about it. We're going to add some water with dye to some gasoline with ethanol, 10% we think, we're not sure. And we're going to let it sit overnight, stir it up. That's going to cause this phase separation. Once that's done, we're going to siphon out the water ethanol mix, and we should get more. We should get about 4 times that. That's 100 milliliters, which is a tiny amount for all you American people. I have no idea. We're going to get 4 times that out. In theory, we'll see how this works out. First, we got to use our device, which is a carboy modified. We got a big drain with an angled tube. That's going to be our suction, and we're going to use this. So we don't have to use any powered sparks, anything. We're going to put a little bit of air pressure on there, and that's going to force the water ethanol mixture out. In theory, we'll see how that works out. So first thing we're going to do is put some gasoline. We got this measured out, 20 liters approximately. That's just over 4.5 American gallons, I think. Not sure, don't care. All right, get this out. Put this aside. We've got our fire extinguisher there for safety. If it catches on fire, we throw the extinguisher at it and we run. That's our safety. Let's see what we got here. All right, we got 20 liters in here, precisely. We're gonna add 100 milliliters, which is what? 0.5% by volume. This is what I read. I'm not an engineer, folks, but I met one day and I had a wonderful lunch. So we're going to dump this in. This is water with food coloring. It almost hurts me to add water to gasoline deliberately, but there it is. Notice how it goes right to the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, but what we're going to do, we haven't caught on fire yet. We're going to use our siphon tube as a stir stick. We're going to stir it up. By stirring it up, the ethanol and the water are going to mix. Don't want to break it. That's pretty good. I don't know if you can see that. If you can, great. If not, ain't too bad. We're gonna put this in, making it face the back of the tank. The tank is on a bit of an angle, so the water and ethanol mix is gonna separate at the bottom, and then we're gonna come back tomorrow and we're gonna siphon it out. All right. There we have phase separation. You see the blue and the rest is gas. We're 3 days later, not to let it settle, just because of the rain. So, got a confession to make. I screwed up. I put in enough. If you remember, we had 100 milliliters. That's 0.5%, because I read on the internet that that's what you need to make phase separation. What I showed you there just now, that's phase separation. That's what you need to separate. Anything less and it would just stay mixed up happily ever after, gumming up your carburetors and other bad things. If this is E10, which we think it is, but it didn't say anything where it was, it's Chevron 94 octane. If it's E10, that's 10% ethanol. So from 20 liters, we should have 2 liters of ethanol and water, plus the water that we put in. That is not 2 liters. So what I need to do is put in enough water with dye to mix with all the ethanol, not just a little bit of it like I did right now. So I'm gonna add this, let it sit for a couple of days, then we're gonna measure it all and see how much ethanol is in there, how much we actually removed. Right now, we will not remove all of the ethanol. Some, but not all. We want it all. All right, I'm just gonna pour this in. Shake it up like I did. Okay, several days later, and a season later, it would seem, we have complete separation. Everything is settled. Everything is great. So what we're going to do here, we're going to use argon. I use this for welding. Just because I have it, you don't need to use argon. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure inside this. That's going to push the water out of this siphon tube into our container. We'll stop when we hit gas or not or whatever. I haven't tried this, so we'll see how it works. The only thing here is nothing is explosive and nothing will catch fire. This is gasoline after all. Let's see what happens. This is off. That's open. When I give it a bit of pressure, it might want to pop the gas off, the lid off. There, something's happening. Look at that go. I don't think we're getting anywhere near 2 liters. So I don't think we have 10%. I'm almost done. I'm gonna slow it down a bit. I don't want gasoline in there, but I do want all the water. We'll just let it go like that.
Should we tip it back a bit more?
I did. I put a bit of wood under there, so I think we're okay. We'll just go slow. We're not in a hurry.
Don't drink the blue Kool-Aid.
Don't drink the blue water. We should see the color change. You know, I don't see a lot of I don't see a lot of water left in there. I think that's gasoline now. Look. See it? See that little line? That's how much gasoline I got in there. Not very much. Not very much. You know what? I bet you I got 2 liters. Now we're gonna pour off the water ethanol mix. Measure it just for giggles and kicks, and we'll see roughly what percentage we have. We know we started with 20 liters. We put 3/4 of a liter of water in. So let's see what we get out. That's 1 liter there. Let me put this in a safe container. Don't look at me. Nothing to see here. All right, we safely stored that. And there's another liter. That's it. Well, we got a little bit. And the last little bit. There we go. So what we got $275 milliliters. We got 2.275 milliliters out of 20 milliliters. Are you kidding me? Or just my belly? We got, I don't know. We got 2.275 liters out of 20.75 liters. So it's a little bit less than 10%. What it is, I don't know. It's math. Math is hard. We talked about this earlier. What we do know is we are left with pure ethanol-free gasoline. We did lose a bit of octane. How much? I have no idea. We started with 94. What do we got there? Probably 90, 91. I'm going with that, and it's good enough for me. Thanks for watching.